The first reason I'm doing all this, putting myself out there in this video, which makes me very uncomfortable, is to let you all kind of see what I'm doing on this adventure. Besides the trip and the people I'm going to meet and the scenery that you're going to see, I'm going to talk about the classes that I'm taking at IC. And so some of the recorded webinars that I've done so far are like sexological anatomy, erotophobia. So that is an interesting topic. People are freaked out about sex and eroticism, anything to do with sex or bodies. It's crazy. Like at airports, again, I see one of those little pod things for breastfeeding mothers, and I swear to God, one of these days, I'm gonna make it to the airport with a pre-printed sign that I can stick on that thing that says, if seeing a mother breastfeed her baby bothers you, step in this box. I might talk about orientation, like sexual orientation, gender identity, and stuff like that. Maybe give you some updates on what I've seen and what I've been doing, but I just never know. You just never know what I'm going to talk about. So when I walked into Isaac's bachelor pad yesterday, I walked in and saw this massive pile of boxes, and he's been so cool about it. Thank you very much, Isaac. Anyway, I tore into all the boxes to break them down and kind of consolidate and see what I had, and it was actually kind of fun. So this is what I have so far. A vacuum cleaner. Keep it tidy. Little attachments. Maybe too much. One is a little like a limp penis. Random comment right off the top. This is actually the video kit that I bought. This is a wide angle lens and a macro lens. Like two camping chairs. Foldable table to go between the camp chairs. Compact. Everything compact. This is like all my cookware in one box. And this is the tableware set. Towel clothesline. When I was shopping online with Phil next to me, all of a sudden realized I hadn't ordered anything to make coffee. And Phil was like, oh my God, you could have died out there. So she's right. Bungee cords, because this is like all of the utensils. This, as you will see the next time I post something, I'm gonna introduce you to Gracie. She's pretty little and there's not much space, so I'm trying to be minimalistic and thorough. So this is all of my kitchen implements, all in one little package. This is this little kind of hanging shelf thing. Shower, pop-up shower tent. But Phil was with me when I ordered this too, or maybe I just told her I ordered it, and she's like, what? Because the Kara I know wouldn't have gotten a shower tent. She would have just taken a shower and let it open for all to see. That's true. I used to. That's what I would have done in the past. But here we go. It is Happy Camper odor free, and it goes with kinda scary. I'm a little nervous about this. It's a porta potty. So Maya, your Auntie Kara, is learning how to use a potty too. See? This is the blanket that I'm going to put outside the door so that we're not tracking. This is the duvet cover. They really meant it when they said weighted blanket. So I bought myself a thunder jacket. But then I opened it up and I read it. You guys gotta see this. Care instruction. Dry clean the dirty, basked in the sun, whip lightly. So really? That is like some kind of like I Ching poetry message to me. Because ever since I found the women's leather community, I have thought that there are so many things about the philosophy of that group of people that vanilla people, but sorry, that's what we call you, vanilla people, could benefit from philosophies. Everything from, really complex topic of consent to power dynamics and power exchange, because that's everywhere and it happens every day, all the time, whether people acknowledge it or not. Oh, and honesty and communication. Okay, I forgot that. So like that's huge, and that's a big part of that community. Like people in the leather community are really good at communication, and when they're not, they communicate about it, and they are accountable for misunderstandings. To the lack of assumption that any relationship is going to be monogamous. I think that's a real conversation to have. So there's a big list of things like that that I've written little essays about, and these essays I'm going to put together in a collection, and I've been calling it Sage Advice from a Leather Dyke. And I really am insecure about whether or not people really are interested in stuff like that. So I'm asking for your honest feedback, because I'm really nervous about doing this. I have a great fear of being self-absorbed or talking about shit that like nobody gives a shit about, and assuming that anybody cares what this middle-aged woman has to say. But then I think about the things that I've experienced in my life, everything from, growing up in a household with an emotionally abusive father who was a really good person, creepy molestation stuff by older relatives, to that kind of culminating in pretty brutal rape when I was 16. So like that, of course, haunted me and fucked with me for years, but I ended up becoming stronger for it. And so that all ties into this whole Me Too thing, which I also feel like leather dykes have something that they could share with other women about that, because leather dykes are some of the strongest, most ethical women that I know, for the most part. I mean, there are strong, ethical women everywhere, but it seems to me like there's this kind of higher concentration of that in that community. And it doesn't mean that everybody in that community is ethical and honest either, but there's a lot of good information and experience to share from that perspective, and how women can be empowered as they learn what it feels like to have boundaries that other people listen to. So basically, everything I'm going to do and put out there is going to suck at this point. The production value is not going to be good. And so let me know, and but make it constructive feedback. Like, I thought this was interesting, but what if you said it like this? Or that was okay, but what I'd really like to know is more about this. So last year when I started the blog, I got like radio silence mostly about what I was writing, and that's fine. One person said she thought she posted on Facebook that she thought I was a great writer, and that was super sweet, and I appreciate that very much. But it's like when one person says it, it's like your mother telling you that you're pretty. Anyway, I'm gonna edit most of this out, but I'm looking forward to the summer, and this is what I'm doing.